catching crawdads and playing with a stick.
I wore lipstick.
And I got caught shaving. Just two little country kids outside misbehaving.
This is why we can't have nice things.
That's right.
Okay, welcome to the People's Podcast, where we talk about the people's news.
That's right.
The nerd people's news.
That's
right. The Nerdington Post. He's Will. I'm Walter. And today in the People's Podcast, we're talking a violation of the people's rights, people's privacy, ongoing news with the recent Capcom hack. It turns out the hackers do have access to customer information, so if you bought anything directly from Capcom, change your passwords or info. Check your credit cards. A couple of years ago when it came out, well, I guess last year, I bought the DMC5 Collector's Edition from Capcom, but it's on a debit card that's defunct, so I don't care anymore. It's old information that they have access to, so fuck you, hackers. But also, thank you, hackers. Because the people are invested in some of the information that they leaked. They leaked a fraction of the information because Capcom wouldn't pony up for the ransom of their data. But supposedly, Resident Evil Village, coming out in April, very exciting, is going to be a demo that comes out early on PlayStation. So if Resident Evil Village didn't get delayed, we're going to see that in 5 months.
Yes.
That's going to be sick. Another gem, Resident Evil 4 VR. I believe it's coming to Oculus systems. So
yep.
That'll be nice. Did you play it on Wii, Resident Evil?
Oh, I put it on Wii, Xbox. I have it on my Xbox One. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm not a motion controller guy, but I think...
No, it sucked.
But as someone who's used motion controllers in VR, where it is just way more accurate...
Right.
I think that'll be cool to just play Resident Evil 4 in VR.
Agreed.
So, and...
I heard Resident Evil 7 was great in VR.
Yeah, I did not play it. I don't have a VR headset.
Nor do I.
But I hear the Oculus Quest 2 is pretty much the best value in...
Excuse me.
It's got the China virus. Sorry. We here at the Nerdington
We're middle class
Post,
now. We don't call it the China virus.
We here at the Nerdington Post would never want to disparage any singular groups of people or have negative associations with them. So I would like to clarify. The Chinese Communist Party virus. Will was coughing with the Chinese Communist Party virus. But you know what? This is Kamala Harris's America. We're buddies with... I'm shaking your hand, Xi Jinping. But yeah.
That's right.
Other parts of the leak, Monster Hunter Rise, which... It's kind of being billed as a Switch exclusive, but according to the leak, it's coming to PC next year. And also an Ace Attorney collection, which is coming out. But the leak didn't specify which collection of Ace Attorney games, so if you love those visual novels, kind of, and guess puzzly games, enjoy on your current gen systems.
Not my cup of tea.
And also, other little things that got leaked, the DMC2 source code. So, that, I mean, source code for a game that's like 17 years old. But if they have that, I mean, that's a good little, like, playing some of their cards like, hey, we have the source code for a couple of your old games. Who's to say we don't have the source code for your newer games?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but back to the People's Republic of China. They know how to do it right. Oh, hats off to the People's Republic of China.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. To our new overlords, the People's Republic of China, they know how to do it right. They released a trailer for the Monster Hunter movie for the Chinese market came out, and they show much better footage. It looks a lot more like an actual Monster Hunter movie. You see palicos, you see other kinds of monsters, you see the Meowscular chef. I mean, what's not to love? You got Palicos. You see the Palicos in this Chinese market trailer. It's fantastic. I'm more excited for this.
The Chinese movie market has always been, in my opinion, I feel like, I mean, they're not doing this, but it's always like, oh yeah, the US did this, hold my beer, let's up the ante a little bit.
It's just a better trailer. Yeah. I don't know what they were thinking. Like, I don't know. I guess they want that generic action movie market. Like, here's the...
Well, they're trying to appeal to the American people, and American people are stupid.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like... The Western trailer doesn't look like a good action movie.
No, I know. I agree.
It doesn't look like a good Monster Hunter movie, whereas the
just like
Chinese
the Resident
trailer,
Evil movies didn't look like good Resident Evil zombie movies.
Yeah, but at least this Chinese trailer, this looks like it'll be an okay Monster Hunter movie.
Exactly.
Got way more Monster Hunter elements in there. There's a segment where it shows them trying to get prepping for a monster hunt. Pretty awesome. I'm psyched. So, thank you, Uncle Xi Jinping.
We salute you.
Yeah, but on to next gen Woes and WAPs. How's your Series X working?
It's awesome. Still running great. I think they just announced a new update. I think it actually went into effect today, or it's going to effect soon. Just another huge update where they're going to add more games to the quick resume list. Because there are some that aren't utilizing it yet, like Gears 5, which I've been playing heavily for the past couple of days, doesn't utilize the quick resume feature, which kind of sucks because
Gears 5? Really?
Yeah.
It's a first party title.
I was shocked that they didn't have quick resume because they had it on fucking Mass Effect 2.
Okay.
But it's going great.
I figure it'll work easily on like 360 games since it's not going to take up as much system memory.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, it's great. It's a great system. Games are fun. I'm going back between Legion and Gears 5. More on Gears 5 because I like the Gears series. I always think it's fun, and if you haven't played Gears 5, play it. It's a fun game. They kind of introduced... excuse me. I think for the first time... I don't know if they did it in Judgment, but in 5 they kind of introduced... It's not as linear as before. They have like a couple open world spots, which was cool. And it's just beautiful on Series X. Running at 4K, 60 frames per second. It's beautiful
on PC, so... Yeah.
But yeah, so that's going to be my WAP, my wet ass... what does the P stand for?
Pussy.
No, but what is it for us?
Vagina, birth canal, sex tube.
Yeah, that's my WAP, because it's fucking awesome. Okay. But for my woes, Jim Ryan said that they believe in the PS4...
Head of PlayStation.
Head of PlayStation, yeah, sorry. Jim Ryan, head of PlayStation, has said that they believe that they should continue going with the PS4 market, and it makes sense to me because you don't want to disenfranchise that 100 million plus install base that we've talked about before.
Install base.
So he's like, yeah, we're going to keep making sure we build our games from the ground up for PS5 and scale back for PS4, much like Xbox is doing with their series of consoles. But as soon as after he said that, someone asked him, oh, so Ragnarok's going to be on PS4? He's like, I have no comment. Yeah. I think his direct quote was, I have no comment at this time.
Yeah, I mean, standard, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Because, they still have Destruction All-Stars, Ratchet and Clank.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
I feel like there's another game I'm forgetting. But yeah, they have other big titles. They're not going to talk about, the fourth or fifth one down the line until the other ones come out.
Right.
It's just standard, release marketing. And
we've talked about before, we feel like Ragnarok's going to get delayed to 2022. Yeah. So by 2022, if COVID's over and, their PS5s are obviously going to be moving, Series X's probably will be moving, but not as fast.
Yeah, if supply really builds up, which, hopefully.
So I feel like if supply is slow, they'll release it on PS4. Yeah. But if they don't, that's a huge reason to get a PS5 because God of War, I think it was 2017, 2018? 2018, that was one of my favorite games of 2018.
Yeah, that was good. That was great, even.
It was great.
But yeah, on to more news. And tying into Gears 5, we got the New Day.
That's right.
In Gears 5. So that's awesome. The only reason I want to talk about this is because I just want to play footage of the new day coming out in Final Fantasy 14 inspired gear for I think a WrestleMania a couple of years ago, because it was a cross promotion with the Final Fantasy 14 Stormblood expansion. So yeah, good old New Day. They're likable guys.
Yeah.
Xavier Woods. Check out his gaming content at the Up Up Down Down YouTube channel. It's fun times. Fun times, baby.
Let's do it.
We got some hot releases. You mentioned Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. You going to be playing that? Coming out November 20th?
Tomorrow. Coming out tomorrow. Tomorr's the 20th.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Thanksgiving's in a week.
Yeah.
So stupid. Yeah, I'm going to get it.
It happens so fast.
I know. I'm ready for 2020 to be over. I just want to say that. I fucking hate 2020. But no, I'm going to get it. Oh, I should have pre-ordered it at Carlos' store. God damn it. But no, I'm going to get it just because I played the demo. It was fun, and I love Breath of the Wild. I'm a huge Zelda fan, and I got heavily invested in Breath of the Wild. But the early reviews I'm reading is the game kind of fucks up the Breath of the Wild timeline and makes it...
It's canon, though, right?
It is canon.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the director's like, yeah, we want to show you what happened 100 years before Breath of the Wild. Yeah. And apparently some of the early reviews are like, yeah, this kind of fucks up the Breath of the Wild story, and some of it doesn't make sense, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm a Zelda fan, so I'm going to get it. Yeah,
I'm hearing good things about it, the way it mixes up the standard Musou Dynasty Warriors gameplay with more Breath of the Wild elements. Yep. So it feels like a good hybrid of Zelda and Dynasty Warriors, whereas past Dynasty Warrior crossover games, they definitely lean more Dynasty Warriors, which I get the catharsis of just smashing buttons and destroying 1,000 guys, but it's not for me. But yeah.
The review I read was like, yeah, if you kind of are invested in the story of Breath of the Wild, you may not like the story, but if you're also a fan of Dynasty Warriors, you'll appreciate the Musou? Musou. The Musou, aspect of the game.
Miso is a soup.
I love miso soup.
Yes. But yeah, I expect to hear a report from him next week on the Nerdington Post.
And you'll get it.
Okay. Another big release. You're excited for Call of the Sea.
Call of the Sea is coming out December 8th, 2020. It's a new game. I think it's from Xbox, one of their studios.
No, I believe it was in their partner showcase. Okay. It's not first party. But it is a console launch exclusive for Xbox, if I'm not mistaken.
So that looks really interesting. I haven't looked too much into it, because at the time I was more concerned about Halo.
Yeah.
And then that kind of got fucked.
This looks to be more of a narrative walkabout.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like a rare version of Myst.
Yes.
Like if
that does not appeal to me.
Right? If Rare would have made Myst, that looks like this game.
Yeah.
Puzzles and you're on an island. Visually it looks cool, but I don't know how I feel about it. We'll see. I'll probably get it just because it's probably going to be on Game Pass day one because it's a launch exclusive.
Yeah, the art direction is nice, but again, I'm not into walking simulators, first person puzzling, all that. The setting sounds cool because it's kind of like Cthulhu-esque, but not
exactly.
It's not dark and horror-y, but more of cosmic mystery sort of thing going on.
It's got exactly. It's got that cosmic Rare Banjo-Kazooie color scheme looking at it. But if it's on Game Pass, I'll check it out. If I can make it through the first couple hours, I'll be that's a success. But if that first hour or two is boring, I don't know. But we'll see.
We will see. Launching on that same day is the Marvel's Avengers Kate Bishop DLC.
I saw that trailer
which
today.
I'm excited for. I watched their whole deep dive on it because I'm a huge Young Avengers fan, Kate Bishop fan. So this is what I was waiting for, but it got delayed 2 months. I'll probably have sold my PS4 by then, so who knows when I'll actually pick this up for an old GameStop rental to just play through the campaign and the Kate Bishop DLC. But yeah, the gameplay looks cool. She looks like she's she looks like a ninja. Like, she looks like a Nightcrawler who's teleporting. We're like, okay, whatever. She stole some quantum technology from
Right.
Kane. That's fine. Like, she... You know, Kate Bishop in the comics, you know, she's Hawkeye. She uses some melee weapons and bow and arrows, but, you know, just for gameplay purposes to mix her up. She's Nightcrawler. She's teleporting around. Weird, but looks awesome.
Right.
Would definitely be my main. But yeah, is this too little too late? Because their Avengers numbers...
they dropped.
Yeah.
I think they said they took a huge loss on the game, and, like, player base has dropped, like, 90% or something.
That happens with a lot of games of service where they have that dip until new content comes out, but... Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'll definitely check out Kate Bishop at some point.
It's too early to tell, but it's, at least what I think it's trending to be the new Anthem.
This was more playable, though.
Agreed. It was...
From what I hear.
Agreed. That's what I've read, too. But then again, I've only played the first couple hours of Anthem. I haven't even touched Avengers yet, so I don't know.
But yes. We should see if Avengers has crossplay and possibly play Avengers. Who knows?
If it does, you, me, and John can team up.
Exactly. Or Destiny. Beyond Light looks cool.
It's on Game Pass. I can just download it. If it has cross-plat, let's play Destiny.
I don't think it has crossplay.
I think it does. We'll look it up.
I don't think it does.
At least with Xbox and PC, it has to.
No, because I think like Overwatch, some things might be tuned differently for mouse and keyboard balances than controller balances, so it might not. Because I know the meta on PC is for sure different than console.
Right.
Because like when I switched over from PS4 to PC on Destiny, I'm like, great, all my guns are shit now. Like I have to farm for new guns that are like more meta friendly for PC.
Yeah, I did a lot of those side quests on PS4.
And also when I picked it up again, it was like a year later. I'm like, oh, it's like the balance on everything is off now. Like my guns that were destroying people are just like matte now. So yeah, but yeah, Destiny's cool. But Kate Bishop, one of my favorite people in the Marvel universe. So excited to maybe play her sometime in the future. But yeah, speaking of the future, the dark future of the corporatocracy,
dun dun dun.
Cyberpunk 2077 has had a cool week. Earlier, they showed off, finally, the first console footage.
Finally.
They've been showing this game here and there for the past 2 years, and we finally see the first console footage. Doesn't speak well for the base console versions.
Thank you. I felt the same way when I was watching that.
They only showed Xbox One X and Series X versions. So, you know, this recent delay was because the base console versions weren't up to snuff, and clearly at the time they made this trailer, probably still not up to snuff if they're not showing base console footage.
Yeah, I wasn't blown away by it.
Yeah, no, it looks like... Yeah, it looks fine.
Yeah, it looks fine, but the gameplay they showed, I was just kind of like, alright, well...
Yeah, the gameplay they showed was not that exciting. The stuff they launched, they showed off today with the final Nightwire live before the release of the game was super cool. Did you watch that?
No. I was at work, man.
This fake gamer girl...
I was at work.
This fake gamer girl doesn't take time out of work to watch a live stream.
I know. I need to get better at it, but work has been crazy this week.
Yes,
it sucks.
But yeah, they showed a trailer going into who Johnny Silverhand is, since he's one of the main characters in the game. He has the second most spoken dialogue besides the player character V. They showed a behind the scenes of Keanu Reeves in mocap making goofy faces on set. Yeah, he's Keanu. It's always charming.
It's Keanu.
But yeah, as someone who's in the lore for Cyberpunk, someone who's read some of the books, who's been wanting to play a game of Cyberpunk for the past years, but hasn't been able to get a group... Well, no. I did get a group together, but then our schedules kind of desynced, and then we dropped the game. But yes, I'm into it. They show footage from Johnny Silverhand's past, so I'm hoping you get to play as Johnny Silverhand rather than do the brain dance thing where you just like view his memories. But you get to see what happens in the Arasaka building, man. Because, at the end of the Fourth Corporate War, I believe it's the Fourth Corporate War, it ended with someone setting off a nuke in the Arasaka Tower in Night City. And it's long speculated maybe Arasaka blew it up themselves. Was it Johnny Silverhand?
Oh, okay.
So, the trailer kind of implies that it was Johnny Silverhand, because you see in first-person view, like, someone packing up a nuke in a duffel bag, but you get to definitively know what happened at the end of the Fourth Corporate War. Very exciting. You see Alt Cunningham in the trailer, which is big lore
I'll
thing.
watch it when I get home. I'll watch it when I get home.
But Alt Cunningham is the developer of the Soul Killer software, which transfers, which digitizes a person's consciousness, which plays into the story of 2077, which presumably that's how the digital version of Johnny Silverhand ends up in the player character's head. And you probably see Morgan Blackhand. Come on, hell yeah, man. Morgan, you get to maybe see Morgan Blackhand versus Adam Smasher. It's exciting. Although we all know who wins in that duel because we see Adam Smasher like 50 years later, so, Morgan Blackhand's dead, for sure. But yeah, good lore stuff. They also showed off the lip-syncing technology for the 10 different languages it's going to launch in, which is cool tech. Not the most exciting thing, but, I found it interesting. They had a trailer going into the score of it. A lot of cool analog synthesizers. Got to see a modular synth with all these wires going around. I'm excited for the soundtrack. They released a 6-track teaser EP for the score, so you can check that out on Spotify. I linked it in the Nerdington Post Facebook group page. It's cool synthy music, man. Get a little bit of the soundtrack of, like, they talk about the radio stations of the real world musicians that are going to be in Cyberpunk. I looked at the track listing. One of my favorite bands, Health, is going to have a track on this.
You also posted the video of I just laughed my ass off. I was in the middle of work, and the Billy Corgan is in Cyberpunk. Billy Corgan, is in Cyberpunk, and I laughed my ass off.
I just have you seen? If you didn't see it independently, I've definitely shown you like Billy Corgan on a roller coaster video.
No, you have not.
It's a classic meme of. It's a video called Billy Corgan on a roller coaster, and it's just like first-person footage of a roller coaster going down a hill, and just the song 1979 part where Billy Corgan's like, "Wee!" You know what? It's only 7 seconds long. I'm going to pop it in here.
I laughed my ass off when I saw it today. That was funny.
Yeah.
I posted it in my gaming channel at work.
Excellent. I love that video of just Google Billy Corgan on a roller coaster. it brings a smile to my face. The original video.
It was great.
Just so silly.
It was a busy day at work, and I was kind of stressed. And I saw you post it. I was like, "What is this?" And it made my day better.
Yes. It's postmodern art, people recontextualizing something that already exists and putting your own flip on it, baby.
That's right.
Yes.
We
support the liberal arts because we support Kamala Harris's America.
That's right. And speaking of Kamala Harris's America, IO Interactive released a new teaser for their new game, which is a 007 origin story. Which, if you're not familiar with IO Interactive, they're responsible for the Hitman series.
The critically panned Kane and Lynch series.
But
more Hitman.
More Hitman.
Significantly
the
more
first
Hitman.
Kane and Lynch was okay. That did not need a sequel, though.
No.
That game did not need a sequel, because I barely made it out of the first one. But, so they're responsible for the Hitman series. I like the Hitman series. It's really fun. And I feel like
they could do something friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
Just, they could really dig into the spycraft really get into different ways of being 007.
Exactly.
Like, are you going to be more stealthy 007 or more of like a 007 who's going to run through drywall while chasing a guy doing parkour?
Exactly.
I don't know.
But, as soon as they announced it, I was like, alright, if anyone was going to do a 007 game, it should be IO Interactive.
That's the studio I want to be seeing do a James Bond game. I haven't played I haven't played any Hitman. That's a gigantic blind spot in my stealth game love. Because I have Blood Money. I got a shitty free copy of Absolution on GOG. I hear that's the worst Hitman, but I got it for free. I might play it someday. And I have Hitman, the first one from the reboot, for free on the Epic Game Store. So I've been meaning to play them, just, time.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I mean, there's so much Final Fantasy 14 to play. But yeah, I'm excited for this
As am I.
007 game. We probably won't see it for a while since they've been working on Hitman 3, which is coming out in January, I believe. January or February.
Assuming it doesn't get pushed back.
Yeah.
Because as of right now, everything has been pushed back.
Yeah, but
we'll see.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to... Yeah, it seems like if I don't have a PS5 by the time, early next year, I'm probably going to just go back and play the Hitman games.
They're fun. I played season 1 or episodes 1 and whatever it was. However they called it, their latest series, like season 1 and 2 or whatever.
Because I know, because the first game in the reboot was episodic, and then they just released it as a single thing, and then this Hitman 2, they just released it as a single thing.
They were fun. I liked them. I got them. I played them on PS4. They were fun. They're your classic Hitman games, but knowing that they're going to do 007 and how they did the Hitman games, it's sky's the limit.
There's going to be a lot more sexy ladies.
More Bond girls.
Exactly. And if you have to hit a Bond girl, make sure you use an open hand, never a closed fist.
Jesus Christ, man.
I'm sorry. That's what Sean Connery says.
Well,
he's on record.
Times were different back then, buddy.
I don't know, man. Sometimes, you're at the end of your rope, and she gives you no other option.
Anyway, we're excited for that. Hopefully we get more announcement next year.
Oh, rest in peace, Sean Connery.
Yes, rest in peace.
2 weeks ago. But yeah, sticking with movie news, Wonder Woman 1984 finally has a release date. Christmas 2020. This year, who'd have thunk it? Every movie's getting delayed to 2021, but yeah. Coming to theaters and HBO Max on Christmas. The 25th.
Excited for that.
It took me a second to remember when Christmas was. But yeah, it's going to be on HBO Max for a limited time, and then, it's going to be off there for a while, and then it's going to be back on. Because, I don't know. They want to encourage you to buy it. The DVD release, probably. But yeah, depending on how COVID's looking, I'm probably going to see it in theaters.
Same. I'll go with you. I'll see it in theaters.
Tisk. But, another big news. Award shows. They're arbitrary, meaningless, but they're fun to watch sometimes. Especially Jeff Keighley's The Game Awards, because they have fun announcements.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's run through. They released all their nominees, but we're just going to talk about the specific Game of the Year awards. The nominees are Animal Crossing: New Horizons, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and The Last of Us Part 2. Unfortunately for me, my GOTY so far, 13 Sentinels, not on there, but it is nominated for Best Narrative.
Nice.
It's not going to win.
No.
It's not going to win. Last of Us is probably going to win that one. But
yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, go eat a dick. But yeah, so, I'm rooting for 13 Sentinels. Out of these games, Final Fantasy VII Remake's the only one I haven't played.
Let's see.
Oh no, I didn't play Animal Crossing. No.
I played Animal Crossing for a good 48 hours. Could not get into it.
Okay.
I could not get into that.
Yeah, for a while I was thinking I played Animal Crossing, because it was played on my Switch. Not by me, though. And I did follow a lot of friends who were playing Animal Crossing. But it's like, oh, no. I'm not playing Animal Crossing. No. I'm paying bills in real life. Real life Animal Crossing. But yeah, out of these games, I like Doom Eternal. Ghost of Tsushima. I like Hades. Out of these picks, though, I gotta go Last of Us Part 2. Notable omission, a lot of hype for Cyberpunk 2077, but it's not the delay. It's not at the cutoff date for the Game Awards, so it'll probably win the 2021 Game Awards. But yeah, if we were illustrious enough to vote for the Game Awards, I would be voted for The Last of Us 2, because these other games, as far as I'm concerned, are just okay. Not okay. They're fine. They're better than okay. They're good. There's okay, good. They're good. But,
I would vote for... Ghost. Yeah, man... Doom Eternal, I feel like, is going to take Best FPS. Because I think they got nominated for Best FPS also.
Yeah, probably.
So Doom Eternal will probably take Best FPS.
Warzone's real hot.
I think Warzone will win Best Continuous title.
Okay. Yeah, probably. No, Fortnite added a bunch of Marvel content. They added bananas amount of stuff to Fortnite.
But, I mean, Apex beat them last year.
Did they?
Yeah, Apex Legends beat them last year.
Yeah,
but you're right. Fortnite is very good with their content update.
Yeah.
They're always good about that. But if you're looking at an FPS... Because, does it say how they grade these games?
So the nominees are voted on by industry people, and then from the nominees, the winners are voted on again.
Okay.
So, we got to be big enough where we could...
No, I know.
Let's get to 100,000 subscribers!
Help us! Share our shit!
Yeah.
I feel like Doom Eternal has a better shot at winning best first-person FPS. I want Ghost of Tsushima to win Game of the Year.
I don't think it will, though.
I know. See, that's the thing. I don't think... I'm with you. I think Last of Us Part 2 is
going to be weird. Animal Crossing, I think... If not Last of Us Part 2, Animal Crossing might get it.
I will laugh my ass off if Last of Us Part 2 does lose to Animal Crossing.
It might happen, dude. Animal Crossing is the game people needed this year. Mm-hmm. A lot of people love it. It might win.
I think Last of Us has a better chance to win narrative or direction.
Yeah. For sure, it's getting those, but... It's definitely, out of all of those 6 games, I think it's going to be Animal Crossing or Last of Us.
I'm going to go Ghost, Last of Us, or Animal Crossing. Because you are right, Animal Crossing fucking blew up.
Ghost isn't winning it, man.
It's a good game. It's a great game.
It is, but it's not, Animal Crossing good.
Okay.
It's not in the zeitgeist as much as... Like, Final Fantasy Remake has a better chance then.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why?
Dude. It's Final Fantasy VII Remake, bro. But yeah, why? Well, fuck the Game Awards. We're not voters. We're not in it, so fuck you. We're going to have our own Game Awards. And,
we are?
Well, we're going to have our GotY talks.
That's true, we will.
I'm going to see if I could get my buddy 2Meg in. We could have the 3 of us talk about...
I'm down with that.
GotYs, yeah. For sure. I'm going to talk about 13 Sentinels and Cyberpunk. That's what it's going to
I'll definitely talk about Cyberpunk.
Yeah. I guess Final Fantasy 14. that doesn't count.
No.
The latest expansion didn't come out this year, so it's, not eligible. In terms of... But again, it's our own talks, so we come up with what's eligible. It's all arbitrary bullshit. Yeah. But yeah. Stay tuned for later in this year when we release... our GotY talks.
That's right.
And stay tuned. Because I'm going to release my other podcast, The Jocular Spectacular, which gets released maybe twice a year. I talked to my buddy 2Meg, who I just mentioned. We talk about fighting games and other stuff. I'll edit and release that someday, maybe. I was hoping to get a backlog of episodes and then, like, release them, you know, every week in, like, a timely schedule. But with COVID, a lot of people are just like, no, I'm a little wiener. Come on. That's what we live in the Zoom era, people.
That's right, we do.
Make it Zoomcast.
We do.
But yeah, time for everyone's favorite Star Wars segment.
Who's the guy in the Bubba mask?
Bubba Mask, he flies around and he talks like this.
Bubba
Mask. Bubba Fett is his name. That's my fault.
Bubba Fett never talks like that.
Yeah, he does. He says, he goes, "Where's the wars? In the stars, y'all."
All right. Man to Mando. We're talking about The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 3.
That's right.
Also known as Chapter 11, The Heiress. Now this was... See, this is...
You got the big smile on your face.
It's got the momentum
big
going.
smile. I agree.
Because last episode was a filler with the cave spiders, the ice spiders, which I was rewatching Rebels, and I think it's like a similar design to the spiders that you see in Season 3.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't seen Rebels.
No, I haven't.
Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, it's fun seeing, like, oh, hey, they use the similar design, only they're ice versions.
Well, apparently, there was some Empire Strikes Back old art that I guess they found. Like, oh, we gotta include this. Apparently, the spider design is also influenced by something that was not done in Empire.
Okay. But yeah, we see the Mandalorian finally take his passenger, title of last week's episode, to the world they're getting to. His ship is beat up the fuck, and great comedic moment when his ship is struggling to land, and then he gets on the landing pad, and then his ship just falls over, just topples into the ocean.
Yeah.
I had a good laugh there.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Great homage by director Bryce Dallas Howard. Her homage to her father, Ron Howard, his movie Apollo 11. Apparently she wanted to pay homage to him, and like that crash scene is kind of influenced by Apollo 11. So good for you, Bryce Dallas Howard. You're a good director.
She is a good director.
She's a really good director.
Yeah. And we get to see the frog people reunite, which is... I love those frog people, man.
So do I.
Love those frog people. I love... in theory, the chowder that they serve.
Yeah.
At that, because it's a nice, I don't know. I got a New Englandy vibe.
Yeah.
It's like a port town, so a lot of sailors, a lot of Mon Calamari dudes, a lot of squid beard guys, just hanging out eating chowder. Eating chowder.
Oh my god.
We got chowder coming out of a hose.
It's gonna eat ya.
Which, I don't know, I might eat that chowder, but it's kind of gross. It's all piped into a hose coming from one source.
When it tried to eat the child. I don't want my chowder to do that.
Sometimes, if you go to a Korean restaurant and get live octopus, man.
Love me some octopus.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of octopus.
It's good.
I'm more squid.
I like squid more.
Squid more, yeah.
But have you ever had eel? Eel's good too.
Yeah,
I like eel. Love me some eel.
Love me some eel.
That's right, baby.
But, yeah, Mando is still on his quest to find more Mandalorians so he could find Jedi, blah, blah, blah. So he gets on the ship. He gets on this boat, buddy. He gets on this boat. Of these squid dudes, and they try to fuck him up. And first you see, in the shadows, Mercedes Vernado, who you think, like, she's wearing a dark robe.
Right.
You think she might be, a Sith, an Inquisitor, or something like that. But then, when Mando's in a jam, you see a bunch of Mandalorians jetpack to his aid. And my acorn got so wet. Because...
You got a big old wop.
Exactly, I got a big old wop. Just as a fan of Clone Wars and Rebels, like, that armor. It's Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan.
Because, from the casting information, Bo-Katan's going to be in the season, but then, like, seeing her in episode 3, where they're pulling the trigger on that early.
Exactly. Very
excited, getting into the whole Mandalorian. And you find out why he never takes off his mask. Because previously you see Mandalorians just take off their helmets all the time. And you find out that he's actually part of like this fundamentalist sect of Mandalorian.
That didn't believe in taking off their helmets.
But then it's a cool wrinkle on it because since that is what he was exposed to as a kid, and he has no other frame of reference for other Mandalorians, he didn't know he was part of a fundamentalist sect of Mandalorians.
He thought he was the only kind.
Yeah, it's like, wait, what are you doing?
And that explains why every time he sees someone else in Mandalorian armor and they take off their helmets, he's like, give me that armor, or take off that armor, because it's sacrilegious to him. Yeah,
but then, like, of course he doesn't know that other Mandalorians can take off their helmet because he hasn't been around other Mandalorians.
Exactly.
But it's a nice little wrinkle they add to the Mandalorian culture.
And it's just great to see Katie Sackhoff in Mandalorian armor, I must say.
One of my things, though, is... Well, first of all, the dye job looks weird.
Yeah. Because,
like, her character is going to be 40, 50... A little battle-hardened. I like some salt and pepper in there. Get some ice streaks, baby. You know, but it looks like an obvious dye job or a wig.
Right.
And also,
probably a wig.
In Rebels, which takes place, like, 10 years before this, like, between 10 and 15 years before The Mandalorian, her cartoon character looks older.
Right, exactly.
Than Katie Sackhoff does. So it looked a little weird to me, but that's just a minor visual quirk that I can get past. But yeah, it's cool. It's again with it being so Western.
Yeah,
it was like a train heist.
No.
They're going from like compartment to compartment, just just blasting stormtroopers, and kind of like the thing you do in a train heist, you detach the car and fuck over the guys in the back, but instead they open the airlock and stormtroopers get sucked out. Yeah,
so to lead up to that, so after they save Mando from the ship, they like, oh, right, you're looking for Jedi, well, you help me do this, we'll tell you where Jedi are. So that's where we get to them heisting the cargo ship.
Yeah. Because Mando, him being an accidental fundamentalist, is like, I can't help you. I'm on I have a quest.
Right.
I have to do this thing as deigned by my religious beliefs. I have to
all about the job.
Exactly. And then, being the heiress of... the titular heiress, Bo-Katan, of House Kryze, with her sister being the former... I forget her title. It's been a while since I've seen Clone Wars, but her sister used to bang Obi-Wan, presumably. But she was also the leader of Mandalore during the Clone Wars. And then at the end of Rebels, she gets the Darksaber, which is a spiritual symbol for Mandalorians of like leadership. But we all know Gus Fring has it, so it's very, very exciting. She's trying to get information on where it is. Yeah, but we know Gus Fring's got it.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping Katie Sackhoff blows off half of Gus Fring's face.
That'd be really cool.
That would be cool. That's gotta happen, man. Mando's gotta rejoin the other Mandalorians and take back Mandalore, man.
We'll see.
They gotta take back Mandalore after the Purge.
We'll see. So they try to take over this cargo ship.
Yeah. That's it was a very action-packed episode, which was cool, but it's still... I wanted more sitting and talking.
Yeah.
Just to really flesh out what happened during the Great Purge, during the Purge of Mandalore, because we get a little more hints as to what happened and possible misinformation that the Empire's been spreading, because Mando's under the impression that most people are that Mandalore is turned into an inhospitable wasteland, but then House Kryze folks think no, we could save Mandalore is still worth saving. So I don't know, it's interesting.
Yeah,
like those little aspects of politics and history that you get in Star Wars, unlike the heavy-handed, just straight economics and political talk that George Lucas has, where you get hints of hints of it in other aspects of it. Like, you have this understanding that why don't people believe in the Jedi?
Right.
Because the victors write history, so since the Empire controls education and schooling, they could write the Jedi out of the history books. That's why people in this era don't know who the Jedi are.
Exactly.
So there's nice subtleties that you get in the non-George Lucas stuff for world building of politics and economics. I love it. I love it. Love Star Wars. Hate George Lucas's work. He's not a good writer.
That's funny.
He's not a good director.
He is not.
But he... Damn, did he create an interesting world.
He did.
Yeah, it's... I just... Because a lot of it felt like... I don't know. I want more of that Bo-Katan Mando interaction.
Yeah.
I want Mandalorian to discover...
We're probably going to get it.
I mean, for sure. For sure. You don't leave something like that.
Especially because she's going to... She tells him where Ahsoka.
Tano
Sorry.
is. Yeah, which is awesome that we're going to get Ahsoka Tano probably sooner rather than later. Let's do another filler
you think that's going to be like towards the end.
Yeah. Because the whole thing they're doing a train heist is to steal a bunch of Imperial weapons so they could use those weapons to take back Mandalore from the Imperial remnants. So hopefully if they're not shit storytellers, which we know they aren't, we will get that payoff of meeting up with those Mandalorians and those weapons.
It's gotta be, because, I mean, they want to go out of their way to show them, be like, oh yeah, you have to crash the ship, and blah, 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 blah. They wouldn't go out of their way if they weren't going to circle back to that.
Something that bummed me out about this episode, though. You have Mercedes Vernado, and she's just, in my mind, she only gets like 4 lines in the entire episode. I mean, what? Just get like some random extra or some no-name. It's just weird. It sticks out to me. Or at least have her do, like, I don't know, something on the nose. Like a Mandalorian putting somebody a stormtrooper in the bank statement. Or something. Or in one of Sasha Banks' other finishers. I don't know. Seemed weird to just have her there for, like, nothing.
Just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, she eats a tentacle in front of the child, and he's like, oh, that's cool. Eating octopus, I guess, but yeah. I mean... They'll
probably get more screen time.
That's just a weird, again, like a weird little visual.
I think the episode was just, like, hey, here's Bo-Katan.
It also, if I'm not mistaken, was shorter.
It was really short. I think it was like only 32 minutes. Yeah, and they're on average about 45.
40, yeah, so it was definitely more brisk pace of the information of, like, here's some tidbits about Mandalorian culture. And here's the next breadcrumb on his quest. Here's where Ahsoka Tano is. Yeah. Which, that's... I got caught off guard that they would so bluntly just say Ahsoka Tano.
Right, exactly.
Like, I don't know. That Bo-Katan would just freely give out the information of a Jedi. But because she understands how much of, like, a weirdo Mando is, like, no, he's all about the creed and this shit. Like, I can trust giving this guy
this very sensitive
information, because if he's not even going to take his mask off in public to eat, he's not going to tell anybody this information.
He'll die before he does.
Exactly. He'll die, like last season. Like, nah, I'd rather die than take my helmet off. Just by the time I blow myself up, like, idiot, Mando. But yeah, I mean, they're paying for Pedro Pascal later on. We're probably gonna see more of his face
eventually.
Yeah, but I think that's, I don't know, just like production things where, like, the Mandalorian is played by 3 people. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. There's a specific stuntman for, like, the gun handling. There's a specific stuntman who does all the hand-to-hand combat, and then Pedro Pascal for the dramatic scenes and the voiceovers. So that's cool.
Yeah, this season they haven't skimped on anything yet.
Yeah.
Because we talked about after the first episode, like, all right,
Maybe they're
maybe they'll decrease that budget a little bit
until like it ramps back up towards the end of the season.
But so far,
get your pussy juicy again.
But so far, the CGI has been on. That scared me. The CGI has been on par. The costume and makeup has been on par.
Yeah.
I think it's hey, this first season, let's test the waters, and now this second season they're all in.
Yes, it's goddamn. I'm excited, man. We were getting these long-standing threads from some of my favorite parts of Star Wars being the Clone Wars and Rebels, and then having them continue on in the Mandalorian. It's like it's straight up the continuation of those two series because we have Dave Filoni, who was the showrunner on, I believe, on Rebels and Clone Wars. He's also a big factor in Mandalorian, so it feels like a continuation of those series, which is just fantastic, man. It's just
Stay away from the
world
movies.
building.
Stay away from the movies.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever mention or.
I hope not.
Yeah, they probably won't. I mean, that's
what makes it so good.
They have a sense not to have a CG face Leia jumping around a jungle with a lightsaber. Yeah. Again, Rise of Skywalker.
Hey,
not Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, that movie.
And then at the end, I'm Rey Skywalker. I'm like,
no, that's fine though, because it's about.
I know it.
Do you though?
I do. Hey, listen up. Here's the thing. No. Listen.
Here's some anti-Last of Us Part 2 tool who probably doesn't understand narrative.
I played The Last of Us Part 2.
I like to twiddle my thumbs and listen to Larry the Cable Guy. And
what the hell is Larry the Cable Guy?
I don't know. It's just some dumb person who's
Anyway.
I'm just trying to dunk on you. You're the dunking on dipshit segment. You're a dipshit for not liking the Last of Us 2 story.
Just wait. We're not even talking about Last of Us Part 2. We're talking about Star Wars.
Star Wars Part 2.
Anyway. God damn it.
You got dunked on. You just got dunked on. Got face.
I'm going to kick you in the face. I'm going to kick you in the fucking face.
Seriously.
I feel like... I see at the end of of Rise of Skywalker they were trying to do with Rey, like, oh yeah, she's like this beacon of like what the Jedi can be and taking on the Skywalker name, cool, I get it. But I feel like if you're just gonna do that, just make her a fucking Skywalker to begin with.
That's like another thing of it just going back on what The Last Jedi did, because with Rey being nobody and Kylo Ren just being like, fuck it, fuck everything that came before it, I'm going to take over the First Order and forge my own path. It just went back on it like, no, I'm going to be Rey, I'm going to be my own person, I'm going to have my own understanding of the Force and learning what a Jedi should be and doing that. But then, J.J. Abrams didn't pick up that ball. Just like, no, I'm gonna be a Skywalker. Like, no, what about forging your own legacy?
And that's what's really cool. And that's what was really cool about Last Jedi. And that was such a cool concept. They should have built on was anyone can be a Jedi.
Yeah, well,
not anyone, but
nah, Palpatine or a Skywalker or get the fuck out.
Yeah.
You have to come from these bloodlines that have a lot of midichlorians. Or get the fuck out.
Or just be a Jesus child like Anakin in Episode 1.
Something I need to check out is the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special.
Ugh.
I hear it's fun and it's cheesy and it plays off like the shittiness of the original Star Wars Christmas special where they celebrate Wookiee Life Day on Kashyyyk.
Oh, no.
But it's Lego Star Wars. It's always fun.
Yeah.
It makes fun.
I'm excited for the Lego Star Wars Skywalker game that's coming out.
That does look cool.
I've always liked the Lego games. They've always been fun.
Last Lego game I played was Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, and I just got...
Didn't you get the Villains one?
They're DC villains.
Yeah, is that the one you played?
No, I played...
Because I remember you pre-ordered that.
Yeah, it was Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, specifically. The one before that Marvel one was Lego Marvel Avengers, which was kind of lame because it focused on the movies and had a smaller roster than I think the previous game, which was Lego Marvel Superheroes. But 2, the bummer about Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 is it was in that phase where Fox owned the movie rights, so Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 didn't have the Fantastic Four or X-Men in it, so fuck you, Disney. We went off the train. I was busy dunking on you. We talked about... Okay, yeah, Lego Star Wars. Yeah, I'll check that out.
I'll check it out, too.
It's funny. Unfortunately, it doesn't have John Boyega, Daisy Ridley, or
Oscar Isaac,
but has a lot of other people, but apparently... scheduling conflicts or COVID, they can record their lines because in other games like those guys have recorded their characters, but not for this one. So, well, this isn't a game; it's just a movie. I'm hoping it's on Disney Plus because I already have that. But I'll check it out. That's what the search bars for on your media outlets are. So, use that search bar. See if Lego Star Wars Holiday Special is on there.
Yeah.
And, we're excited for Mandalorian next episode.
I'll watch it tonight.
Any closing comments?
Don't do drugs.
In excess.
In excess. Be responsible.
Yeah, don't do opioids, mainly. Everything else, you can just do a bump and be fine.
Have
opioids
a horrible first date. Opioid story, believe it or not.
Ooh. Were you on opioids?
No. I went on a date with a woman who failed to inform me that she was a recovering opioid addict.
That's fine.
Until the day of the day when I got there.
Yeah.
And she was just not all there, man.
Oh. Was she, nodding off during the date?
It felt like it.
Oh, okay.
You ever just feel like whether you meet someone, whether it's man, woman, whatever, and you're just talking to them, and the entire time you're talking to them, they just have this glazed over dumb look on their face.
Yeah,
and it kind of feels like you're talking to a doorknob.
Oh, I've accidentally been on a drug pickup with somebody. Yeah, just hanging out, and then. This is one of the people we were hanging out was like, hey, come meet up with my friend here, and then oh no, this is a drug deal. I'm riding shotgun on a drug deal here accidentally. That's great, awesome.
Never want to be in that situation.
Awesome. Yeah,
but no. So I get there for the date, and she's just yeah, it was not a good date. It was one of the only times I've ever had to text my friends hey, can you call me, pretend to be my boss, and tell me I need to go into work because there's an emergency. Yeah. It was horrible.
Yeah, I've been in hangouts of just guys just crushing up some Klonopin and snorting it up.
Yeah, I'm
gonna distance myself from these people. It's not my... I'm not gonna... I'm gonna judge a little bit. But
absolutely.
I don't want to be in this social situation. I'm gonna...
I was hanging out. This is when I lived in South Carolina. I was hanging out with some buddies, and we were at his place, and his roommate, or his roommate's friend, was asleep on their couch. He's a deadbeat. And I just remember we're hanging out, playing video games or doing something, and the guy wakes up, sits up on the couch, and I shit you not, fucking just gets some heroin, hits his arm. I'm like... What the fuck just happened? That just happened. You just woke up, and then he does the shot.
Well, you woke up. He's got to go back,
and he goes right back down. I'm like,
ugh.
Oh my god, I'm leaving.
Yeah, if you want to pop a pill or do a bump, that's fine. If you're, crushing a pill,
that's not fun.
That's my limit. If you want to do something that's already powdered and put up your nose, it's fine. The line It's a very weird line, but if you have to, you're crushing.
If you have to crush that
if
line,
it's solid and you're crushing it and snorting it. That's the line for me. I'm out.
Yeah.
Or if a needle, I guess, for the exception of things being smoked, I guess a crack pipe.
Yeah.
Crack pipe. That metallic smell. I'm out.
Ugh.
Not that I've
No.
been in a social situation where someone is smoking rock.
That's the only.
But there are enough times where you're passing an alley and yep, someone's smoking rock. I'm going to speed up my walk a little bit past this area.
My buddy Kyle, who I was in the band with, it was like a day of Warped Tour, Riot Fest, and him and my buddy Alex, they were meeting Evan downtown, and because they were going to go to Riot Fest, and a guy was like, "Hey, you want to buy some drugs or something?" I can't remember the story exactly. He's like, "Hey, do you want to buy some drugs?" And I think Kyle was like, "Oh, maybe he's selling weed because Kyle smokes weed." But apparently, they go to this alley, and it's a crack rock. And Kyle is like the nicest guy ever. He's one of the coolest people I've ever met. He can't be mean to someone or tell someone no.
Oh boy!
So he buys a fucking crack rock, and the drug dealer was like, "All right, now tie your shoe." Tie your shoe, because he's going to throw it on the ground. He was just going to pick it up when he was tying his shoe. And Kyle's like, "What do you mean tie my shoe? My shoes are tied." And apparently the drug dealer was like, "This guy's a fucking idiot. Tie your shoe." I don't know. Kyle, if you're watching this, I butchered that story, but I love you.
Yeah. Just say no to awkward social situations.
Exactly.
Because sometimes saying no to awkward social situations is also saying no to
buying crack.
Yeah.
Buying crack.
And that's our lesson for the day. Just say no sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah. But sometimes, if someone offers you a Xanax, take it.
Smell out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Adderall.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of stimulants.
I'm not either.
I might try to get a legit Xanax prescription to help me sleep. Because the one time I did take Xanax, my friend said it would loosen me up, but I just took a nap. So maybe it's a good sleep aid. I don't know.
But, yeah. We're kidding, by the way, for the most part.
I'm not. Next time I see
Don't do
Doctor,
crack or heroin, though.
No. But next time I see a doctor, I might try to get a Xanax prescription.
But I'm Will. That's Walter.
This has been the Nerdington
Post /Star Wars /Drug Edition.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.